Picture this. You're far from home, exploring this absolutely breathtaking landscape. But then you make one simple mistake. You take a wrong path, and suddenly, you're desperately lost deep inside an ancient jungle. In today's explainer, we're going to be deconstructing an intense scenario of survival. We'll track exactly how two young travelers fought their way out of a primordial rainforest, step by step. Because, if we ever want to figure out how to help two people stuck in a jungle like this, or heaven forbid, how to survive it ourselves, we really have to understand the mechanics of human survival when the environment is actively turning against you.
So that brings us to the ultimate question, right? How do you escape a vast, ancient jungle when darkness falls? It's like a giant puzzle, and the stakes literally couldn't be higher. Here's the exact survival timeline we'll be looking at today. We start at sunset, when they're first lost in the dark. Then we move into the night, where they're facing a massive storm. And finally, sunrise and the helicopter rescue. Okay, phase 1, lost in the dark. Almost instantly, the jungle turns into this massive sensory trap. Thick fog rolls in out of nowhere, completely crippling their navigation. Up above, you've got these towering trees just totally blocking out whatever fading daylight is left. And down below, tangled vines turn literally every single step into a tripping hazard. Throw in some mysterious, echoing animal sounds bouncing through the trees, and you have an environment perfectly designed to induce absolute panic. Moving right along to phase 2, navigating jungle hazards. So the situation quickly escalates from atmospheric dread to immediate physical danger. Just imagine trying to make a choice in pitch-black darkness. On one hand, crossing a narrow wooden bridge over a rushing river where one slip means you're swept away. Or, on the other hand, carefully avoiding a deadly drop-off some seriously dangerous cliffs. They are trapped in this relentless dual threat, and it requires absolute 100% focus, even though they're already dealing with intense exhaustion. But then, the physical danger transforms into pure psychological terror. Strange footprints appear in the mud, and it hits them. They are not alone. Just sit with that realization for a second. That feeling of absolute isolation is completely shattered. And it's not shattered by a rescue team, but by something unknown, moving through that very same mud in the dark. Which brings us to phase 3, the abandoned campsite. Right as the rain starts pouring down, they're desperately seeking shelter, and they stumble upon a major turning point, an abandoned campsite. And this place yields 2 life-saving discoveries. First, a flickering lantern. Now, in a survival scenario, light isn't just to help you see. Actually, scratch that. It's a massive psychological boost. It's hope. And second, an old map. Finding this map instantly transitions them from being desperate victims back into focused survivors who actually have a strategy. Finally, phase 4, rescue at sunrise. Armed with the map, they execute their escape. First, they relentlessly follow that old map through the incredibly dense vegetation, just totally refusing to succumb to exhaustion. And because they kept moving, they finally reach a clearing where, step 2, they spot a distant rescue helicopter. Step 3, they signal for help. The map gave them the direction, for sure, but their sheer physical endurance is what actually got them to the dawn. As the source material notes, the helicopter sees their signal, rescues them, and they safely leave the mysterious jungle at sunrise. After surviving the sensory deprivation, the crazy physical hazards, and the psychological terror of those footprints, they actually beat the odds. They made it out alive. But hey, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one lingering question. Who left the abandoned campsite and the old map that saved their lives? I mean, we know there was a recently lit lantern, right? And those strange footprints in the mud. So was it a friend? A foe? Just another lost traveler? These 2 escaped, but the ancient jungle definitely keeps its secrets. It's this fascinating, unsolved mystery that completely flips the script on what it means to be truly alone in the wild. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember to always keep questioning the unknown.